Hello everyone, welcome back to Atreyu Crochet. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you how to make this awesome scarf. And yeah, we're starting to slow things down, starting to approach the end of the scarf season, but we still want to go out with a bang. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Let's get started. Things you will need: a skein of yarn. This is a medium 4, so I love this yarn. If I can find a link to this, I will leave it in the description box. Okay, it calls for a US 5mm crochet hook. I'm using 5.75. And did I say US? Yes, I did say US. One skein should be enough, but obviously if you want to make yours super wide and super long, then you might need more, but I think one will be enough. You'll need a pair of scissors, a stitch marker, and a darning weaving tapestry needle. Let's begin. So let's start out with a slip knot. Take your yarn, wrap it around your finger, twist exchange, wrap it around your finger that way, pull this one over that one and off your finger while lifting up on the one that's on your finger. Insert your crochet hook into the loop and then pull to tighten. If I have calculated this correctly, the multiple is 3, and then once you get your multiple of 3 established, you will chain 1 extra. All right, let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 3 multiples of 3. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, it's 5 multiples of 3, 16, 17, 18. All right, so that looks wide enough for my liking. So 3 times 6 is 18. That's my 6 multiples of 3. And then don't forget to chain 1 more. Now I'm going to put a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Here's the hook. Here's the first chain from the hook. Here's the second one. I'm going to go right in there and put a single crochet. The way you make a single crochet is you just enter the stitch. You don't yarn over first. So I'm just going to enter the stitch, take that out. Now I'll yarn over, pull through to the front. That's going to leave me with 2 loops on my crochet hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through both loops. 1, 2. Now I'm going to take that beautiful red stitch marker and place it on the top of that single crochet so that in the next row, when I make my way back in that direction, I'll know clearly what the last stitch is. Alrighty, now I'm just going to continue putting 1 single crochet in every chain stitch. I don't know if you can see, but this chain, that's the second chain from the hook, it's a little bit stretched out there because it contains the single crochet. So that's not the next stitch, but this one is. All right, so that's where I'm going to go. So once again, do not yarn over, just enter the chain and then yarn over, pull through to the front for your 2 loops, yarn over and go through 2. 1, 2. And just continue putting 1 single crochet in every chain across. I'll meet you at the other end. Alrighty, this is what my row 1 looks like. I have a total of 18 single crochets. Okay. And now to start row 2, I am going to chain 1. That chain 1 does not count as a stitch. Whenever you hear doesn't count as a stitch, that means you're going to have to put something that does count a stitch in there. So in this final single crochet, which will be the first stitch that I'm crocheting into once I turn my work, that's where I'm going to put something that's going to count as a stitch because that chain 1 does not. Now I'll turn my work, okay? And in that stitch, I'm going to put a double crochet. So to make a double crochet, you yarn over and then you go in the stitch, pull that out now, and you yarn over and pull through to the front. That's going to give you 3 loops. Now you're going to yarn over and go through 2, 1, 2, and then you'll yarn over again and go through the remaining 2, 1, 2. If you have another stitch marker, now would be a good idea to place a stitch marker on that one, okay? So you have one for each side. Alrighty. Now here comes the fun part. I'm excited to show you this. So for the next stitch, it's kind of like a combination stitch. So we're basically going to be crocheting 2 double crochet 2 togethers with a chain in between them, all in the same stitch. I know that sounds super complicated for the beginners and maybe for the intermediate and advanced. So just watch. So I'm going to crochet in the 3rd chain away. So I'm going to skip the next one, 1, skip the one thereafter, 2, and in this 3rd one, that's where I'm going to go and crochet. So I'm going to yarn over to prepare for the stitch that I'm going to make. Skip 1, skip 2, and in 3, slicing the complete top, slicing the icing off top of the cake, I'm going to yarn over and pull through to the front. So now we're about to start the DC2 together. So I have 3 loops. I'm going to yarn over and go through the first 2, 1, 2. Then I'm going to pause and say, hey, let's start another one. Why the heck not? So I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to go back in there, that same stitch. Yarn over, pull through to the front. Now I have 4 loops on my crochet hook. I'm going to yarn over and go through the first 2 again. 1, 2. I'll pause and admire. Okay, looking nice. And I have 3 loops, and now I'm going to yarn over and go through the remaining 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. And that right there is my DC2 together in that 1 stitch. Now I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to put another DC2 together in that same stitch. So the way you do it again is yarn over to prepare, go into the same stitch, right? Yarn over, pull through to the front. For 3 loops, yarn over, go through the first 2, pause. Hey, I feel like starting another one. Yarn over again, go back in there. Yarn over, pull through to the front. Now I have 4 loops. Yarn over, go through the first 2, pause and admire. Okay. Now I have 3 loops. Yarn over, go through the remaining 3. And now I've made a second DC2 together. So you'll see that all of that is in that 1 stitch. DC2 together, chain 1, and second DC2 together, all in that same stitch. And now I'm going to repeat what I just did. So I'll yarn over to prepare. Skip 1, which is the next stitch, skip 2, and in 3, I slice the icing off the top of the cake, and I start my DC2 together. Yarn over, go through 2, pause, start another one, go back in there, yarn over, pull through to the front. For 4 loops, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 3. Chain 1. Now go back in there and put another DC2 together. So I yarn over, pull through to the front for my 3 loops, yarn over, go through 2. Pause, yarn over, let's start another one, go back in there, yarn over, pull through to the front, 4 loops. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through the remaining 3. And this is what you're getting, okay? Show you one more time. Yarn over to prepare, skip 1, skip 2, and in 3, that's where I'm going to put my DC2 together, okay? Go back in there, complete that DC2 together, chain 1, and then go back in there and make a second DC2 together. All right, continue in this fashion and I'll see you once you get across. So I have 2 more stitches left. I'm going to skip 1, and in that final one with the stitch marker, I'm just going to put a regular double crochet. So yarn over, give yourself the area view so you can get the complete top. Yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. And that is row 2. The next row, row 3, will just be another row of single crochet. So we will chain 1, does not count as a stitch. And in this last double crochet that we made, that's where we're going to go in and put a single crochet. So let that fall out, go right in there, and then make a single crochet. And then I'll take the stitch marker out and relocate it to that single crochet that I just made. And now I'm going to put a single crochet in every stitch and chain 1 space across. So Here's the next stitch, that first DC2 together, or technically it was the second one, and I put a single crochet. Don't forget this chain one, just go in the gap and put a single crochet. Then we get to the other DC2 together, single crochet. All right, and it's followed by another DC2 together, so we just put a single crochet. Gap, single crochet. DC2 together, single crochet. DC2 together, single crochet. Gap, single crochet. DC2 together, single crochet. DC2 together, single crochet. Gap, single crochet. DC2 together, single crochet. DC2 together, single crochet. Gap, single crochet. DC2 together, single crochet. And then here, that's where we chain one and put the double crochet. So in the double crochet, single crochet. And this is what it's gonna look like, all right? I know, it looks a little crazy, right? But the pattern will start to emerge with this row. So now you guys are gonna chain one and we're gonna turn our work. Now, I don't know if you guys can see because of this colorway, it's a little busy, but in these previous combinations with the DC2 together, chain one, DC2 together, so there's one right there, there's one right there, okay? There's one right there, one right there, and one right there. Basically, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. You want to identify that combination, and then you want to further go in a little bit more and identify that gap where that chain one space is, okay? We are going to be crocheting this same pattern, the DC2 together, chain one, DC2 together, in these gaps, in those chain one spaces. So that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. So we're going to be crocheting that pattern 5 times. Once there, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Before we do that, we need to start this row though. So we chained one already in this first stitch, but remember, we put the double crochet in that stitch because that chain one doesn't count. All right, so there's the double crochet. Now, I've identified the combination pattern, DC2 together, chain one, DC2 together. I'm going to yarn over to prepare, and now I want to further identify the gap within that DC2 together, chain one, DC2 together. Ah, there it is. There's the chain one space. Technically, I'd have crocheted a single crochet in there, but we're going to go in the actual gap now again. So I've yarned over, I go down to that row, go in, yarn over, pull through to the front, 3 loops, yarn over, go through 2, pause, yarn over, go back in there, yarn over, pull through to the front, 4 loops, yarn over, go through 2, and then yarn over, go through 3, and then chain 1 and put another DC2 together in that same area. Go back in there like that. And so what you have is basically this is a V-stitch made up of DC2 together, okay? So there you go. And now, instead of paying attention to these single crochets, just find the next combination pattern and then zoom in and find the gap, and that's where you crochet. So first find the combination and then zoom in and get the gap. So I'll go in and I will do that again, what I just did. That's first DC2 together, chain 1, and then go back in there for a second DC2 together. Like that. Once again, don't pay attention to the single crochets. Find the next combination pattern. It's there, the next V-stitch. Zoom in and find the gap. Once you find the gap, that's when you know where to go. And then you start your DC2 together. Chain 1, go back in there for a second one. Okay, and this is what it's looking like. Find the next combination pattern, there it is. Zoom in, find the gap there, and then DC2 together. chain 1, DC 2 together again, same place. All right, find the next one, it's there. Zoom in, find the gap, there it is. And put your DC 2 together, the first one. Chain 1, go back in there, same place. And DC 2 together. And then, for this final stitch, where the stitch marker is, we'll just put a regular double crochet. So slice the icing off the top of the cake, off the top of that single crochet on the end there. See it? You can take the stitch marker out. All right, and then chain 1. And the next row will be the row of single crochets. So you're going to go back and forth, okay? This is a 2-row repeat. One row is the row of single crochet. So I chain 1 and I'll put a single crochet into that final double crochet, and in every DC 2 together and chain 1 space across. And then the other row of that 2-row repeat is this row that I just did, where I chain 1, started with the double crochet in the first stitch, and then I don't worry about the single crochets that I just made as I went across this way. I identify the combination patterns, right? So that I can zoom in into the gaps. And in the gaps, you guys, that's where I'm actually going to put another combination pattern. So these V-stitches should be stacked up on top of each other. Let me add some length and I'll check back in. Have fun. Alrighty guys, I have gotten my scarf to its full length and I've ended with the single crochet row. And I'm pretty much done with this skein of yarn. So yarn over, pull through to chain 1, and then just fasten off. I don't even need my scissors. Alright, now I'm going to weave this tail then. So just grab your darning weaving tapestry needle, feed the yarn through the eye of the needle, and then you can weave this yarn through your stitches, back and forth, taking slightly different paths as many times as you want until you feel like the yarn is secure in your work. Okay, and I'm going to weave in through these single crochets, that final row of single crochets that I did. All right, once in that direction and once more coming back in the opposite direction is enough for me. And then I'm going to cut my yarn down. Oh, I guess I did need my scissors. Mentiroso soy. All right, so let me zoom out and show you the finished product. All right, here it is in all its full glory. You may notice that this pattern produces a slight slant. If that bothers you, then feel free to block it. I'll leave a card now showing you how to block if you've never done that before, but I like the slant. I think it just gives it a little bit of character and makes it kind of unique. But yeah, look at this. Look at these stitches. I'm sure some of you at the beginning of this video were worried if you would be able to see the pattern with such a busy colorway, but I knew that it would work out. I had faith. The pattern is strong, and the color changes in the colorway, they're not super crazy like with unrelated colors. They're kind of all in the same main color family. So for that reason, the pattern still stands out very well. Okay. All right, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I don't know if I am going, yeah, I think I probably will. We'll see. I was going to say, I don't know if I'm going to make another scarf video, if this scarf will conclude our scarf season, or if I should make one more for the year. You guys will have to let me know in the comment section if you want another scarf video, or if I should just end the season and yeah, let us crochet with the tons of scarves or scarf tutorials that I have made thus far. Okay, let me know. If you want to see those scarf tutorials that I was just mentioning, check out the playlist above. And if you want to see more content from me in general, then please don't hesitate to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy crocheting!